Hey there, Alyson Colins with Land Title, and I'm introducing Anthony Meisner. He is our sales lead and an expert in our market data. And he's going to go over our market, first to know market stats for you guys. And this is going to be something we're going to be launching every month. So I'll turn it over to Anthony.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the Longmont market, and it's something pretty familiar with, being that I primarily work out of the Boulder market. So do a lot of research into this area, and it's fascinating to watch at how favorable the Longmont market has favored compared to most of Boulder County. Average sales price only shows 1% increase, but the median's up 8%, right? This has been a very unique market. The price points are definitely rising. It's higher than it used to be, but still the most affordable place in Boulder County in so many ways. The flip side of the coin is, that condo townhouse market has definitely seen its fair share of struggles like everybody else. Maybe not quite as bad, but we are seeing a drop in our average sales price by 6%. The median sales price in the condo townhouse market's only 3.5% down. Take it with a grain of salt, right? These bounce around quite a bit, but it definitely is showing that downward trend slightly at this point in time. You can see that too, based off of our price per square foot. This is a good second check on this. We're showing about 6% drop price per square foot. That's pretty in line with what the county is showing. Now, if you look at the single family home on the other side, $277 a square foot, that's showing that we're way off too. But with those average sales price increases, I think we're selling a little bit different house than we have in years past. So I think stability maybe is the key for the single family home market, where you are seeing the slippage in the condo townhouse market. We can largely see this through supply of inventory, right? Supply and demand is key. So when we have 400 units on the market like we do right now, that's more inventory than we had at any given time last year. That's what's creating all this pressure, is there's just too many homes on the market for the amount of buyers in the buyer pool. But we listed 230 new homes, similar to last year, but the most we've seen in the last 4 years, very close to where we kind of peaked out in 2022. And so we've just had a lot of homes coming on the market in the last couple of years. So keep that number in mind, 230 new listings. We have only 147 go under contract, which doesn't seem like very much, but it's actually more than we've had over the last couple of years. So we do have about 11% more buyers in the last month than we did this time last year, which is a great sign. The only thing is we have a rising inventory environment because we have so many more sellers than buyers. Now, 3.3 months of inventory, this should feel fairly balanced, depending on price point, of course. Luxury stuff may be a little bit different, or that attached product that's struggling to sell is going to be a little different. But as a whole, it should feel fairly buyer and seller balanced market, right? 3.3 months, we're kind of in that vein. Now, I would say, word to the wise is, we're going to see more inventory rise because this is the time of year where so many listings come on the market. And if you look at the consistent sales trend in the past, buyer demand tends to slow down towards the middle of the year. The only other thing though is, what does this feel like for buyers and sellers? 44 days in MLS, it's actually 12 days longer to go under contract than it was this time last year. More inventory, similar amount of buyer behavior, it's just taking longer to sell homes. And we're at 98.6% listed sale price. They're going for about a 0.5 percentage point less than they were this time last year, but that also doesn't include concessions or price drops. So it is a little bit tougher market on sellers, right? They may not be quite getting top dollar like they were used to getting before. So hopefully that helps. Obviously, you can reach out to one of us if you have any other questions on this marketplace. We're always happy to help. Alyson, is there anything else you wanted to add?
I think you covered everything. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for having me today.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.